they always said I'm wrong, but what they doing today? I think they want me gone, but I ain't going away. They told me I was wrong, but look at my ass today. Da 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 da.
What's up, guys? The Real Sports Talk Pro Wrestling Analyst Denton Day, ScrubquadPRO here with you. Today I'll be recapping Monday Night Raw for, what's the date? August the 6th, 2012. So the show started off with General Manager AJ coming out to the scene and pretty much announcing matches for the evening. She booked all three of the triple threat competitors, John Cena, CM Punk, and The Big Show, for the WWE title in a match tonight. The Big Show would face off against the Viper Randy Orton. John Cena would face off against Daniel Bryan for the first time ever on Monday Night Raw in singles competition. And CM Punk would face an opponent voted by the WWE Universe, and that pretty much drew out all of the competitors. Although the Big Show actually never stepped foot in the ring, he stayed up on the ramp, and CM Punk came out. He argued a little bit. Now this was before she announced CM Punk would have a match. CM Punk interrupted her after she had already announced John Cena and the Big Show's match, but he came out and pretty much apologized, and then went on to say how dumb of a decision she made last week, like a normal heel would do. And then that brought Cena out, who cut a little promo with Punk, which brought the Big Show out, who never entered the ring, like I said earlier. And then AJ announced that Punk would have a match up next with an opponent voted on by the WWE Universe. Now, what was really dumb about that was it was an opponent voted on the WWE Universe, but the match was up next, so they had to vote during the commercial break, which is all of about 4 minutes. So I think the WWE knew who they wanted to have face CM Punk, because 4 minutes is not enough to get a significant amount of votes for an opponent for CM Punk. Now we'll get to their matches a little bit later. I want to start off by talking about Dolph Ziggler and Alex Riley's match, which was later on in the show. Chris Jericho was at ringside, and Dolph Ziggler actually went on to lose this match. Alex Riley, the DC native, won the match by getting a roll-up. Ziggler was being a show-off, like Chris Jericho was saying on commentary, and he was rolled up for the 3 count. Now, I like what they're doing with the Chris Jericho and the Dolph Ziggler feud. Chris Jericho is obviously the babyface of the feud, and when he's on commentary, he compliments Dolph Ziggler, but also insults him at the same time without doing it in a heelish manner, which I like Chris Jericho in that position. And we also found out that on Friday Night SmackDown, we will see the return of the highlight reel. Chris Jericho will host it with Dolph Ziggler on the show. We had a tag team match, which was alright. It was a Primetime Players versus Primo and Epico, but the real focus of the whole match was pretty much the Primetime Players were going to leave like they always do when they're losing, but then R-Truth and Kofi Kingston came out and sent them back into the ring, and they ended up losing. But the focus obviously was on Kofi Kingston and R-Truth and the Primetime Players, because they are bound, they're going head-to-head at SummerSlam for the WWE Tag Team titles, and hopefully the Primetime Players will win. I want them to win. But we'll see what goes from there. But one thing I do find really interesting, Kofi Kingston and R-Truth are like the only good guys that I know of who wear suits. Most of the people who wear suits are the bad guys, the villains, the people who think they're better than everyone, but those two came out wearing suits, so I don't know what they're doing with that. Maybe it's nothing. I just thought it was pretty interesting. So now, throughout the night, they were pretty much amping up the whole Brock Lesnar Triple H thing like they did last week. They did it again this week. Almost every chance they got, they would throw it in there. But we also had Shawn Michaels appear live, and he came out to a huge ovation from the crowd. He was in his hometown of San Antonio, Texas, with a new shirt, the Mr. Hall of Famer shirt, which I thought was pretty nice. And he came out, he talked a little bit about the match, and then, or the match at SummerSlam. And then out comes Brock Lesnar and Heyman. They dispute a little bit. Out comes Triple H. And pretty much the whole thing that happens is we find out Shawn Michaels is going to be in Triple H's corner at SummerSlam. So that was pretty much the whole thing that we found out from that segment. I mean, it was almost a waste of time. They could have just came out and said it, but they have 3 hours, so they might as well fill the show. Now let's get on to the matches for the SummerSlam competitors. So we had CM Punk's match, and he had 3 competitors for the WWE Universe to choose from: The Miz, Kane, and Rey Mysterio. And WWE Universe voted on Rey Mysterio to face CM Punk, and CM Punk was able to pick up the win against Rey Mysterio, and that was pretty much it. It was the first match of the night. It was a good way to start off the show, but obviously CM Punk is not going to lose to Rey Mysterio 2 weeks before he defends his WWE title at SummerSlam. The next match of the 3 was the Big Show versus Randy Orton, and the Big Show was the only one who didn't win his match. His match ended in a double countout against Randy Orton. Big Show pretty much manhandled Orton the whole match though, but they were both laid out outside the ring for the 10 count. Big Show then threw Randy Orton back in and ended up getting RKO'd. And then the main event, which was Cena versus Daniel Bryan for the first time ever singles competition on Monday Night Raw, Cena was able to pick up the win. Personally, I think this was the best of the 3 matches. And then after the match, CM Punk comes out and pretty much has a standoff with John Cena. John Cena sees the Big Show running down the ramp, pushes CM Punk aside, and pretty much the same thing that happened last week. Cena puts Big Show on his shoulders, CM Punk hits them both down. He goes to cut a small little promo in front of Jerry Lawler. Pretty much says it's going to end, Raw's going to end like it did the past 2 weeks with CM Punk on top. Gets back in to kick the Big Show like he did last week, ends up getting knocked out. John Cena gets up and gets knocked out, and the Big Show, the only one who didn't win his match tonight, ends the night on top holding the WWE Championship. Now hopefully this is not the sight we will see at SummerSlam, because the Big Show winning would probably be one of the worst case scenarios, because it would, well, flat out would be just stupid. I'd imagine that the winner of the match at SummerSlam is probably going to be the one who has the title at Royal Rumble to face The Rock. But overall it was a pretty good show. They did hype up the whole Brock Lesnar Triple H thing a lot, which I didn't like too much. They hyped it up every chance they got, and after a while you knew it was coming, and the worst part was they were saying the exact same things every single time. But other than that, it was a pretty good show. Good heading into SummerSlam, and I guess boosting ratings. I don't know how many people watched it. But thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to leave your comments down below on what you thought of Monday Night Raw, and I will see you next week.
Just a little bit around the corner from fear. Be there by next year, where I'm going.